Laura. Hey, Jody. There's Lisa.
Hi,
Hi.
how are
Nice
you?
to see you. I'm doing great. How are you?
Good,
Awesome.
good.
There's Laura. Look at everybody's popping on. Happy Monday.
You too.
Actually, Monday's almost done, right?
Yep.
For some of you, it's closer than others. Yes. Cool. Let's see, we have Heidi, Jody, Lisa, Laura. Cool. We're going to talk a little bit about stretching, because I think that was a topic that was brought up last Monday, and I know it's been brought up before, and I thought, let's talk about stretching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, because I found a really there's a lot of resources on YouTube and stuff, but it's an actual like a PDF that I can send you guys to. It just has the different stretches in it, but then I want to hear from you what you guys do for stretching. Maybe you don't. Like, I'm horrible at it. I will admit I'm horrible at it. Just no excuse. Just I don't take the time to do it. And someday it's not going to be fun. Not going to be fun. So I think for the sake of time, we'll get started. Well, first of all, this is Lisa's first group
Monday. Yeah.
Yes. So how's it going so far?
It's going good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been keeping up. I'm having a hard time getting all my calories in. It's like I eat so much.
Yes.
God.
Right. Can you other people relate to that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
It gets better.
Yeah. Yeah, that and trying to find other recipes using salmon just so that I can keep it different.
Yes.
And chicken and the turkey, and so
right. Yeah.
Those have the highest calories, really.
They do. And then your fats. So avocado. Do you like avocado? Right. Yep.
And it seems like I'm eating a lot of carbs, but I'm not really tracking that, but I'm looking at it, and it's just like, but I've lost 3 pounds already.
Yeah. Go figure.
This Friday. Yeah.
And it's because you're eating.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Right?
Yeah, it is.
It's the eating boosts that metabolism. It's supporting the activity that you're doing. You're eating really good whole foods, no processed stuff. It's all your body's going, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Yeah.
And yes. And so getting those calories in, it's a struggle for probably 90% of women, because we're so used to if we eat less, we're going to lose weight.
Right.
And you can, but what happens is you lose muscle mass.
Right.
And you still keep body fat because your body thinks it's starving itself. Right. And so your body is going through that adjustment and understanding that. So, so avocados for sure will get your calories. Carbs, like, go ahead and eat some fruits.
Yeah.
Are
mangoes okay to do?
I think they're on that. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on the list, but I
think you're going to be okay with a mango. What's the other one? There's mango and
papaya.
Papaya. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be good with those. Yes. And that'll help you with your calories too.
Okay.
Yeah. That is everybody here can relate to that. So, and you just started. So it give yourself a good week or week and a half to really kind of understand that process.
Right.
Like a balsamic vinaigrette or something with an oil is good too. Or like a salad that you want to make, that will help with the calories. Plus it's a good healthy fat.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Good. And there's Pat. Awesome. So we are going to.
I don't see you.
Pardon me?
I don't see you.
Oh, you don't see me. Well, I see you.
I see everybody but you.
Oh, is that weird? You must have me shut down or something. Because can everybody else see me?
Yep.
I
Okay.
can see you, but I can't see
Yep.
anybody else but myself.
Oh, weird. Okay. Might be
I saw
something.
you in the beginning and then you
Oh.
disappeared.
Yeah.
Let's
You know
see.
what I want to do is I want to share my.
Oh, now I see everybody.
You got everybody? Okay. Sometimes if you go down to the bottom of whether you're on your laptop or phone, it says stop video or start video. There's
Okay.
something you can toggle on there.
Yeah, I just
but-
stopped me.
What I want to do is share my screen. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I know you can see that,
There you
but
are.
what I wanted to do is share this really cool resource I found. There's lots of stuff, but I read through this a couple times and I really like it. We're going to talk a little bit about stretching and some exercises that I think this really shows for beginners, but advanced too. It gives you a couple little options, but then I want to hear from everybody about what you guys do for your stretching, and might be yoga stretching or just a regular, stretching your quads or your hamstrings or whatever. But obviously there's a lot of reasons why we stretch right now. Excuse me. With COVID and post-COVID, a lot of people are still working at home, or they have that option to work at home, or even if they go into the office, they're sitting a lot. And that's not really good for our bodies, right? We just become stiff and achy, and it's not good for our spine. And, honestly, like all the soft tissue structures that we have, things just get really super tight. Ligaments, tendons, all your fascia. Fascia is that layer of, it's kind of like if you take like a piece of meat and you put like saran wrap. That saran wrap is like fascia, and that covers your muscles and it protects it. But what happens is that can get really, really tight. And so you want to keep that nice and loose. And so stretching and yoga really helps that. And then what that does is just opens up those muscles to receive blood flow and oxygen. And it helps prevent, obviously, the stiffness, but the knots that you get too. And, when we if we're inactive, we're inactive, not only just sitting at the desk, but there's a lot of people in this world that sit in front of the TV a lot, right? And that affects your balance and all of that. So obviously the reason we stretch is reduces muscle tension. It helps with range of motion for our joints, our joints, our knees, our hips, our elbows, our shoulders. It will enhance muscular coordination. So it's that brain, that mind body connection that we need, especially as we get older. It'll increase our energy levels. So movement is really important. And I just mentioned this too about circulation to various areas of our body, especially our muscles. And then obviously balance and just being spatially aware. So if you're doing yoga and stretching, sometimes you may, depending on if it's an isolation where you're maybe stretching one part, like your leg or your other leg, there has to be some balance. And yes, you can hang on to things to start, but it's nice to be able to do that without having to hang on. So regardless of age, I mean, if you look at a toddler who's learning to walk, I mean, their flexibility is like, oh my gosh, how can they do that, right? It's like, oh, holy cow. But you want them to have that. And, as you get older, we get stiffer. And when we're lifting, weight training and building some lean muscle, we do tend to get stiffer and more sore and, not as pliable as we'd like. So let's see. Anyway, this article mentions that you really want to hold those stretches for a long period of time. Like if I'm going to stretch, it's like 10 seconds, right? I need to learn to be patient and then stretch a little bit longer. Breathe when you stretch, don't hold your breath. Same with like when you're exercising. And when you're holding the stretch longer, you can get deeper into those stretches. Have you ever like done a stretch, then kind of reset yourself and then you stretch again and you can push yourself a little bit farther? That's important. Another thing I wanted to mention too is keep yourself really hydrated. So when you drink, a gallon of water, that really helps. It helps your brain, it helps your intestines, it helps your skin, but it also helps your circulation and your muscles and your ligaments and your tendons, all that. Water is like the best thing ever. And so I thought this chart was really, really cool. It's from a chiropractic company, but it wasn't, sometimes if you go to a physical therapist or a chiropractor, sometimes they give you these exercises that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to remember how to do them. But some of these are very basic, but very, very helpful. And I'm going to send you guys this PDF too. I'll put it when I post this in the group. I'll put this in the comments. And so the calf stretch, and you can see this demonstrated. I mean, you can also go to YouTube and watch all this, but I thought this is kind of nice because it explains what you're going to do, where you should feel the stretch, and then the diagram. So like here, with this arrow down, you can see where she's stretching her calf. I'm sure you all have done that one before. And then of course you're going to alternate, right? You do the right side and then the left side, and then at least 30 seconds. Some people even say longer. Like if you're having a problem in your calf, I would hold it longer. So some of those areas. This is one that I don't think we think about, is that Achilles. At Achilles, that's that tendon below the ankle, that people rupture. And you never know when it's going to go. And some people it goes, and other people don't ever have a problem with it. But that's a really good one, especially if you are somebody that's on your feet, you're a go, go, go kind of person. It's really good to do the Achilles stretch. It does help. I mean, I've been with people that have their Achilles have ruptured, and it's very, very painful. And you can actually see it pop right up into the calf. So keeping it nice and stretched and pliable really, really is helpful. Overactivity, those basketball players, right? That's the one. Those are the ones that really have the ruptures, in football players too, typically. But those really active overuse kind of areas. But I like the stretch here, so you could do your heels or your calves, and then go and then do your Achilles stretch. Does
I'm
anybody
kind of
do that?
confused by that one because it looks like she's stretching the front of her foot. Is it
Yeah.
supposed to be the foot closest to us? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's, and then how she's, here.
So that's the one she's stretching her left foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
All
and
right.
you want to keep it down. Yep. And well, this is a good one too, because it's going to actually stretch that muscle, the front part of your leg, the lower leg. I don't remember what the name of that muscle is, but when you're on your feet a lot, that can be really, when you get the shin splints, if you've ever run and you get those shin, that's that muscle there.
Oh.
That it actually kind of helps both areas. But yeah, that's a good right here. I never even really I'm like, oh, this is really good. So this is perfect to do that. The hamstring stretch, you guys have probably done this. Anytime you take a group fitness, class or something, this is a really good one. One thing I want to point out too, you want to bend forward from the waist and attempt to touch your toes. Don't feel like, if you can't get that far, it's okay if you just reach here. It's just really about stretching this hamstring underneath here. And of course you need to do both sides. One thing I would caution you on is just really rounding. You don't want to do too much rounding, but just kind of keep that back straight and use your chest to push forward. Yeah. And get to those toes if you can. As you do this more, you're able to get to those toes. And but that's a really good one too. If you're super inflexible, so where I see this most is in men, their hamstrings are super, super tight. But you can do this if you're really tight, keep that knee bent. You're still obviously leaning forward from the waist, and then you're grabbing those toes. It's still going to stretch in here.
Yeah, they do that in yoga.
Right. And then if you pull up your feet, if you pull your toes towards you, it will actually get into the calf area too. So this kind of can do both areas. Here is for if you're super flexible. Now, I don't know, maybe you guys can do this, but maybe when I was 12. But if you're Pat, hey Pat, can you do that?
No.
I was gonna say you would be the one I would think could do that, because you've been doing you've been doing Pilates and stuff like that. But
Yeah, but I'm so tight in my hips and hamstrings. That's why. I can get down, but not with my
Isn't
head.
that
No.
something? Yes. Because she's
Nope.
still going forward from the waist.
Oh yeah.
And then pull your feet back. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. If you guys can do this, I want you to take a picture of yourself and send it to me.
I can't even touch my toes, so that's part way.
Oh, and then obviously the inner thigh stretch. This is my favorite. my absolute favorite.
Oh.
And pushing, taking your elbows and pushing down on those, on the even like your thighs, but on your knees if you can lean forward again at the waist like she's doing there. But that is perfect. Love that one. All right, and then this is an alternate inner thigh stretch. You hold your legs below the knees and you draw them out, so you actually are pushing them out, but you keep your knees bent because it'll protect your lower back there too.
Happy baby.
Pardon me?
I think they call that one happy
I think
baby. Or something.
Yeah, they do. That one actually feels really good too. This one you all know, quadricep stretch. Hang it onto the wall, or you don't have to, right? And you want to feel the stretch in the front part of your thigh. And then here's another way to do it too. I've not seen this done before, but it's a little bit different of a stretch, using a chair.
Mhm.
You can also do these lying down. So there's not a picture of that here, but if you lay on one side, so let's say I'm going to lay on my right side, I take my left hand and pull my left ankle up, and you can stretch by laying on the ground too. And then you turn over and do the other side. Sometimes if you're down there stretching anyway, it's nice just to do that for both of your quads. Hip flexor, this is really, really, really an important one. I highly recommend doing this one every single day. And this is the hip flexor right through here. And what you're doing is, this takes a little bit of balance, right? A little core strength. I mean, you're actually pushing, see how she has her arms up on her knees? She's actually kind of pushing that forward. So you feel that stretch right in here.
That's a pigeon.
Yeah. And then what you could do, if you got really good balance, you could actually take your arms and go all the way up like this and really push into it. And that's really good for the core, obliques area like that. So that's a really good one. Like I said, I'll give you guys this. That's super important. We use our hip flexors all the time. We're sitting, we're standing, we stand up, we sit down, we walk, all that. So hip flexors are important. Gluteal stretch right in here. They call this the pigeon, I think, once in yoga. See how her leg is in the back?
Yeah.
You can also, with this leg, I think you can, you can bend this behind you too, but this might take a little bit of practice to do this.
I can do it on one side, but not the other because my knees.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my one knee hates it.
Right. And sometimes the knees, like I was going to, just what you said, it will bother you. What I will do with this is I'll sit on a bench or a chair and I'll bring my, let's say I keep my right foot on the ground. I bring my left leg up and my ankles on top of my thigh, my right thigh, and then I'll lean forward, and that will stretch the glutes on that side too. One of my hips is always off.
Yep.
I have problems with that too. So I hear you with that. That's, but you can do this even sitting by bringing this leg up. Side stretch, these are nice too. Just be really careful when you're side stretching. You want to side stretch. You don't want to go back too far or forward. You want to actually do the side. So you might not be able to get as maybe over to the side as much as she is, but that's okay. And see how she's kind of pulling on that hand here. It's kind of what I do, and then go back. Those are really good ones too. That's kind of what you do to wake yourself up in the morning. Outer hip, it's called the TFL. This is a really good one too. This takes a little bit of coordination to do that, but you're actually pushing your pelvis towards the wall, and just based on how her feet are. Especially women, our hips have been through a lot, like especially if you've had kids, right? All of that. And so sitting, doesn't help either. You know, if we're doing our work and we're sitting at, you know, that's why having a stand-up desk is nice too. If you do a lot of driving in your car, if you're traveling and you're on an airplane, these are all really good stretches to do after. So there's other variations of this TFL stretch too. A lot of chiropractors will have you do this too. You know, and then you think about gravity too. So, you know, your gravity takes a hold of that pelvic floor. Men have problems too. Even, you know, they don't have kids, but they have problems too because gravity pulls. But women have more hip problems than men do. And part of it's the curves we have. Men are like this. They're not like this. And so we have, same with our knees too, especially being really active. There's tons of different variations of this. So I recommend trying all of them. It all feels really, really good. There's a chest stretch. This is in a doorway. Be really careful with this one though. You don't want a really super wide doorway. You want something to keep your arms at like a 90-degree angle, or yeah, right? Because if you're out too far, that's not going to work. I mean, it's going to be very painful. And you just lean in. It's like you want to, it's kind of like planking in the doorway. You just want to go a little ways, but this is a really good one too. The lat stretch, grab onto a door, and you can actually feel that when you're doing that, like, or if you're grabbing a bar, like if you're in the gym and you're grabbing a barbell and you're actually pushing your hips away from something that you're grabbing onto, that feels really good. And so these are your lats right in here on each side. That's a real good one. The outer shoulder stretch, I'm sure you guys have done this too, where you're bringing one arm over and then you grab the other arm and just really support them, support your arm. Try not to grab it by the elbow. The reason why I say that is just a lot of tendons, and if you're grabbing that all the time, you can hurt yourself. And it sounds funny, but I just kind of do this or grab this. Let's see what else we got. Upper trap stretch right up in here. This is good for those people. This is good for posture. If you sit at a desk and you start getting those rounded shoulders and the traps here, this is where I carry, and we all carry our stress here. My traps are terrible because I feel like I'm like this all day. I'm really not, but and you're typing, right? Or you're using your computer. So these are really good upper trap. The scapula. So actually with this, it's just a little variation. This is over to the side, and this is kind of like you're looking down. So the scapula are your shoulder blades. Think about it, if we're doing a lot of lifting and we're moving things, it's good to stretch those areas. Wrist and finger stretches. You wouldn't think like really wrist and finger, but oh my gosh, that feels good. You know, you're on a computer, you're using a mouse, or it feels good. When you have a massage, when they get to your hands and they start to massage your arms down into your wrists and your hands and your fingers, it's like, oh, it feels so good. Or you go and get a manicure and they massage your hand, that puts me right to sleep. Like it's the best. So doing that is super helpful. So hopefully this is a little bit of I think it's a great guide. I'll put this in the comments underneath when I post this, but so is that helpful?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. So I'll take that off. So what do you guys do? Like are you stretchy yoga people? Which I'm not.
Well,
I'm not.
I have company coming over, believe it or not, at this late night, but I asked you to do this because my question is not so much the stretches. Those are great, and I'm really glad you found them because they remind me of others that I've heard, is
Right.
when to do it. I go to the yoga twice a week because I need the stretching.
Mhm.
Like I went to the gym today and late, and when I was over, man, I was kind of shaking like my muscles, and I needed to get home.
Mhm.
So I was in the locker room and I just did like 3 or 4 little tiny things. But I'm wondering, should we be stretching every time we lift?
So
After, before, what's the best thing to do?
So my recommendation is you should always do some type of warm up before you work out. So whether you're on the stair mill or you're on the whatever. So as long as you warm up, that means get your heart rate moving, blood flowing. You can stretch after that. I would not go in just out of bed, driving in the car to the gym and start stretching, because you could hurt yourself. I think you need to warm up, get your blood flowing. Then you could do a few stretches. So let's say you're working mainly upper body. That's when you'd want to do those, you know, the shoulder stretches, maybe some shoulder rolls and just some different things like that. Then, you know, do your workout. And I highly recommend really doing that nice stretch after. And I think, you know, the recommendation is you do a little stretch every single time that you work out.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah. If you do 6 stretches and you hold each one for 30 seconds, that's not very long, right? It's just getting into
Trying to do, it's too late for me to do that, man.
Right. So it was just an example. So like, if you're doing upper body or lower body, then I would focus your stretching on one or the other. Now, do you absolutely have to do that? No, honestly not. I think it's time. It's what you have available. And
yeah,
that's the thing. So if you have more time before you work out to do some stretching, then do that. I see and hear both. There's nothing, you know, that says you absolutely should do it there, you know, but I think in order to take care of your body, you know, and you're doing a really good job because you're doing the yoga, which really helps. But
I find after the workout, I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
That I got to get home and have my shake. So I say, oh, I'll stretch when I get home. And then I never do.
Yeah. Why don't you take your shake with you to the gym?
I don't know, how would it stay cold?
Well, do you have like a little portable cooler? You could just take a little cooler with an ice bag and put it in there while you work out and then drink it after. Just a thought.
I don't know. I never tried it. I can think about that.
I'll do that. I will take mine along with me and then I'll drink it either on my way home or right after I work out.
Because I make my own. I don't. You make your own? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's a
good. You
thought.
answered all my questions.
Yeah. So I would say do what works best for you in that moment. You're already doing yoga, but you always want to warm up before you stretch. So do some kind of cardio to get the heart rate. And it doesn't have to be long. It can be 5 minutes. I'll do 5 minutes on an elliptical. I'll go stretch whatever it is I'm doing, and then I'll go work out. I don't do a very good job stretching after. Mine is more before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a whirl.
Yes. Cool. Great question. Yeah. What about you, Jody? You were really good at this, the yoga and the stretching. I know you are.
It's because I do a lot of walking. So
Yeah.
I'll either when it's decent weather, I get out and I, you know, walk, jog 30, 45 minutes in the morning. When I come home, I stretch, especially my legs and my feet, because I was having trouble with plantar fasciitis for a while. So I had to really, and it's improved, you know, amazing. But I get up in the morning and do we're doing 2 a day now. So I get up in the morning and do the first training session. And then I started doing a 10 or a 15-minute beginner yoga, whether it's, you know, a 10-minute stretch in the morning, or whether it's just a beginners for 15 minutes. I bring it up YouTube on my TV and go to YouTube and do that. So, I probably spend about 10 minutes stretching.
Okay. Yeah. And you know, that's really not that long.
No,
You know?
no, but I feel so much better because I have that few minutes of, you know, the mind body connection too, doing a little, you know, deep breathing and meditation too, and reminding myself to relax the shoulders so that they're not up here.
Right.
Yeah. And paying attention to that and just relaxing. So, but yeah, I do pretty much all of those that you showed on there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Even the, you know, I get
This is a good one. So this, you know, the traps doing this, and then you take this arm or whatever arm and you kind of like push that arm down while you do this at the same time. Yeah.
And if you're
And
sitting
you know,
cross-legged,
And
if you do that with a weight in the gym, I do that a lot. Like today I had to do some chest and then I sat up and you hold the weight in the opposite hand and in
Oh,
the
yeah.
hand and you stretch. Oh boy,
that's
that works
good.
like crap. That stretches.
Yes,
That
because
out.
this is my issue right here. Yeah.
Me
We all
too.
have issues.
Uh,
No, that's a good one. Using a light, nothing super heavy, obviously, but yeah, good. What's your favorite? Anybody have a favorite stretch they like to do?
child's pose.
Yes. I would have to say child pose perfect.
Yep. Yep.
I love the one where you lay on your back and you take your leg and you cross your body with it.
Oh yeah.
Like you're in a T.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good one because that for your lower back and your whole back, honestly. And oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's a real good one for your hips that I learned in Pilates. You have to lay on the floor like in a Y with your arms open like in a Y and your legs open like in a Y. And then you take your right hand and you bring it all the way over to your left hand.
Okay.
And then you take your left foot and bring it all the way over to your left foot. And it stretches the whole side of your body. So, no, your right hand to your left and your right foot to your right.
Right.
But you got to start off in that Y position
Sure.
to get it all out there. And then when you make that turn over, oh my gosh.
Nice.
I don't know why I don't do these things. I know them, but I just don't do them.
Well, and doing this is kind of a good reminder too. Like it brings it kind of takes it back in your brain and brings it up in the front part of it. So so this is good. This is a good topic. Thanks, Pat, for bringing it up. It's important. Yes.
Yeah. Ha.
No, we know what to do. We just have to do it.
Right.
I actually go to the app, the Trainerize app, go to the activity and scroll all the way down to the bottom and hit yoga so that I get credit for it.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they're really developing in that app that I'm like learning too. So it's really a cool app. Just playing around in it, you find all kinds of stuff. So
Yeah, I got somebody who's friends with me on my Apple Watch. So she's I think she's trying to compete with me, but she's losing.
Oh, Jody, nobody
Go,
can compete
Jody.
with you.
It's fun when I hit 104% and this girl's 30 years younger than me and she's stuck at 72.
Yep.
Come on.
No, you're not competitive. You're not competitive, are you?
Not at all.
I'm the same way. But you know what? It's good that she's doing that because you're who she wants to beat, right?
Yep.
And that's going to motivate her.
Yep.
So that's cool.
I scold her sometimes on Snapchat. I'll say that bench is not a selfie taken bench. Then use it for exercise or get off so somebody else can use it.
That's good. That's so, yeah. Don't you see that if you guys go to a gym and see that, you're like, okay. Yeah. Laura's quiet.
I am.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm
Yeah.
not doing a great job with every part of the program, but I will say I finally got through one whole of my lifting thing that you gave me to do, my exercises where you do 3 rounds. So I got through the whole thing, so I was happy about that.
Good.
It's the little things, right?
It is 1% better every day.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Do that. That's good. Keep it going.
Well, I had gone down there. I was going to go on Saturday, and every time I went down there, it was like full. Well, I have like a little room in my apartment where I go down where they have the weights and everything. And I was frustrated. I'm like, I got to do it early. So first thing I got up Sunday morning, I'm like, I'm going down there, and I got my own private session. So it worked out really good.
Good. Yeah, that's frustrating when you can't get on the things that you want. So yeah. Good. Well, there you go.
Remember, nobody's perfect. I've been doing this a while now with her, and did well over the holidays with the snacks and the junk. But I just had my worst weekend ever with
Mm.
junk. Don't ask me why it happened. I don't know. And I'm not going to try to analyze it, but I really messed up big time. And I felt like crap
Oh, yeah.
yesterday and today.
Mm-hmm.
I took an hour and a half nap today and went to the gym at like 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It was awful how my body feels
Isn't
from
it?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it happens.
it does.
Can't always do it.
Right. And you know what? And you're not continuing, you know that it felt crappy and you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do that again. So you learn,
Well, I
you
sure
learn.
do hope so, but you know.
Well, yeah, but maybe you'll do it again, but it won't be for a while.
And
Because you feel
it's
really,
Lent.
you feel
And
really
it's
yucky.
Lent. I'm supposed to be giving up this crap anyway because it's Lent. But no,
Yeah, that's
no.
right. You're going to go to hell now, Pat.
Oh, I already told the priest I was going to hell for some of my beliefs, and he was horrified about that. He goes, "Don't say that." I was like, well, I hope I'm not going there for sure, but whatever.
You might see some of us there.
No, don't say that. We're not going there. We're not going there.
I
We're
know.
all good.
That's right. That's right.
I will say I got a big
Well-
jug for my water too.
Did you? Let me see.
Oh,
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like
So
that.
That's really helped me
Yes.
get my water in. I'm like,
That's-
oh, I better drink some.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Too big.
Yeah. But you know
I
what?
drink a lot of little ones. I don't remember how much I drank. And
Right.
but I was drinking pretty good before,
Good.
but this kind of shows me.
Is that one that'll tell you like, oh, you know,
Yeah, it has
you're
7
almost
a.m. in the
done.
morning and then 9 a.m. hydrate yourself. Remember your goal. It has like a little thing each time.
Right, right.
A little
I have the
like,
same
you
thing.
can do it. I
Yep.
just try not to drink too much at night because then you're up all night.
Right.
Yeah. My first day I started, I think I got up 4 times to go to the bathroom. I was like, man.
That's the increase in activity, Lisa.
Yeah.
I told my friend, she said, how can you do that? And I'm like, well, you just drink it on your way to the bathroom each time. It evens out, right?
You
get
you're
up and
sit- when you're sitting there, you drink.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
I've got it down to a science. If I can get 30 or 40 ounces before I even leave the house in the morning before work, I'm golden.
Yes.
But then I one in the morning, one with lunch, one in the afternoon, one with dinner. And by that's my 120 right there.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drink a lot in the morning. Like that's the first thing I do when I get out of bed.
Same.
I just slam a bunch of water.
Yep.
Mhm.
I made some wonderful cookies last night, healthy cookies.
Ooh.
Yeah, bananas, oatmeal, and peanut butter. That was it. And bake them.
Oh, okay. You got to put that in the group.
Yep. Then there's another one that's just bananas, oatmeal, and like cinnamon.
Sure.
And how many of those do you eat?
I think, no, honestly, I had like 2 because of the oatmeal and the peanut butter. It was really filling. So,
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
and
Oh,
they're
wow.
not huge, but they're probably about that big around. And had 2 of them, they're like 84 calories for 2.
Well, maybe I should try that. I don't know.
Yeah. Why
I'll
don't
post it.
you post that and then, yeah. You could even freeze them, you have them and
Yep.
freeze
And
them.
actually they're better if you put them in the refrigerator, and you can put chips in them if you're, or raisins or, whatever,
Sure.
coconut, unsweetened coconut.
There you go.
So, but it was either a 2 or a 3 ingredient cookie, and they're so simple that, what are you going to do with the bananas that, are sitting there starting to go, well, that's what you do with them. So
Right, right. That's a good idea.
until your kid throws the other 2 away, I'm like,
Put them in the freezer and throw them in your smoothie. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
just cut them and put
my
them in the freezer.
And for those who work, you could drink a whole bottle from your house to your job most of the time, right?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
what I
sure.
did.
Mhm.
Yep.
Once I retired, that's when I ran into trouble. I wasn't in my car, so I wasn't drinking the water.
That's true.
we're right around the car, around the block.
The Do you know how many of these I've lost at the nail salon or the
Oh, yeah.
doctor? Good Lord.
True. That's true.
My
I've left
baby
them-
bottle. I call it my baby bottle. It goes with me
Right.
everywhere.
Right. No, that's good. Yeah, water is important. Yep, Laura, I have that exact same jug. I got
Do
it for
you?
Christmas. Yep. Yep.
But I
Works
will
really
tell
well.
you, since you increased my water, I'm thinking I have to go to the urologist for incontinence. Oh my, what a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Since you raised it up from, what was it? I don't know.
Oh, I
It's,
think I got you at do I have you at 100?
I'm at 100.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there's been 1 or 2 times I did not really get to the bathroom
Yeah.
timely.
Well, don't be doing jumping jacks.
Oh, God.
Oh, never. All I gotta do is cough or sneeze, and there you go.
Right.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
You
No.
talk to me when you're 70. I'll be dead by then, but you can
No, you
communicate
won't.
to me.
I have
No.
a feeling
Pat, you're not
you'll be
going
around.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be in this group.
Yeah, when I'm 90, I'll be like,
You're a
"Hi,
leader.
girls."
That's right. That's right. That's
I
funny.
don't know, my dad's 92 and he walks on his treadmill every day and
Wow.
makes his own meals every day and he's really good.
That's
I
amazing.
hope-
Ration, yeah,
right.
yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's
I
great.
hope.
And Kristen got a hold of me today
Oh.
too, and asked me for if I had any help for like breakfast items and stuff. So
Good.
said, yeah.
Her and I are going to get on the phone this week.
So I'm going to give her some options, things that she can do ahead and put in the refrigerator or the freezer,
Right.
so that they're ready. They can pop them in the microwave or overnight oats if she's at a point where she can have that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So-
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
Well,
I think
Lisa, just so you know, Jody is our, what do we call you, Jody?
She's a
she's
meal
our
prep person.
Meal prep girl. Yes, she'll take something that's
Not
not
me.
healthy and make it healthy for us.
Nice.
Yes.
love it.
So,
It's a challenge.
so when you search the group, the Elite Ladies
Yeah.
group, you'll see some recipes.
Okay.
Obviously, you guys have all put stuff in there. I know Hillary's good with that too, and putting stuff in there. It helps
Yeah.
give you different flavors and different ideas too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one that you can do on the side if any of you like goat cheese or pickled beets.
Oh, I love goat cheese and pickled beets. Ooh.
Pickled beets with crumbled goat cheese, plain goat cheese on it.
Mm,
So
I like these.
Yes.
Ooh, I
Yes.
love them.
Oh, I know those are the best. Oh, yeah.
What?
Beets.
What?
Pickled beets.
Oh, yeah. Pickled beets. I used to make my own, but now I buy the jars. I
Yeah.
can't be bothered.
Right.
Sorry.
so hard.
I'll take fresh beets and you peel them and you put them in your Instant Pot.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Well, I'll post the beetroot latte too.
Yes, that's
That's
a
a
good,
good-
yeah,
That's really quite good.
yeah, yeah. So beets are so good. It's good for you.
Don't they open up it's good for cardiovascular?
Yes, yes. Mhm.
Oh, God, I got to eat those.
Yes, they're so good. Good for you. And, chop them up on a salad too.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Oh, you know what I put on salad? It's probably not, well, it's okay. I don't have any here yet. They're called crispy beets.
Oh.
Huh.
You buy them they're in a package like the crispy onion,
Oh, sure.
whatever the heck they are. And you just put a little, like I put a tablespoon on my salad. You could eat them like a potato chip. They're so darn good.
Oh, wow.
They do have a tiny bit of sugar, a tiny bit of salt, but not that much.
I
But
think
they are great on salad.
Oh, I bet. Just adds a little different flavor to them.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Cool.
Sounds good.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. There you go. Make
Well,
dinner.
Yeah,
I
all
hope
right.
I have enough. I got to eat something, so I hope I have enough calories left. I got to look.
Yeah. Well, cool.
171. Woohoo.
There you go. Better than nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I'm gonna do is chips out of cucumbers.
Oh.
Oh,
Thinly-
get out of here. Yuck.
No. Thinly sliced cucumbers, and you put oil, kind of smush them around in oil and some cider vinegar,
Ah,
and then put them on a tray in the oven and kind of dehydrate them.
Oh, I
So
bet
that's
that's-
your low cal.
I like cucumbers.
No,
So
But
it's
I
not
do.
that way.
You might like
Maybe
those.
eggplant.
Oh, that would be
I could do
good.
that with eggplant.
Yeah, you probably could.
Oil and Parmesan cheese with eggplant, and you bake it until it's real crispy.
Oh, that would be good.
But not, I'm sorry, not cucumbers.
Man, you don't like my cucumbers, you don't like my pork rinds, you know?
You do not eat pork rinds, do you?
I-
Oh,
Sometimes.
God.
That's funny.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. That's so
Mhm.
gross.
I use it in place of breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
I know.
Crumbs.
No, I couldn't. I'd rather have the breadcrumbs any day. Oh, no.
Guys are,
And just calculate what I can from, oh, no.
yeah.
Oh, well, to each is home.
To
Oh,
each his own, right? Mhm.
right. I should not judge you and say yuck. Sorry.
All right,
Too late.
I understand. Okay.
That's all right. We're all friends.
It's
We're all
right. I
friends.
take it personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'll post that PDF after I get this loaded and onto the Facebook group. I'll put
What-
that PDF.
how
in
will
there.
we, we'll be able to print it from
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah, oh yeah. Mhm. Well, it's a PDF, so it'll just, when you click on it, it'll open up on your computer and you can print it right from your computer.
Are you going to email it then?
Do you want me to email it instead? I can do that. You know what? I'll put it in Trainerize in the group.
I was just gonna say that.
I'll put it there.
Well, if
Put
I
it
have any
both.
trouble printing it,
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll put it in both places. Then you'll have it. Either way, you can download it
Okay.
or whatever. Does that sound good?
All righty.
That's good.
Yep.
All right. You guys have a
My
great rest
All
of
right. Thank you.
your
Bye.
welcome.
Thank
It's nice
you.
Guys on
meeting you.
Wednesday. Nice to see you, Lisa.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.